This week's proud sponsors of the episode are Murphy & Young Limited. They design, manufacture, supply and erect bespoke timber kit houses and summer houses. You can visit them at murphyandyoungltd.co.uk or contact them at info@murphyandyoungltd.co.uk. If you're looking for any information, if you get any projects they can help you with, then just give them a shout. The lads are top notch. Hope you enjoy the episode. Cheers. Alright everybody, welcome to episode 13 of the Roundup. Pretty much south of Scotland, just taking the holiday, but some good games in there, late goals and all, mate.
Oh, mate. Ashfield wins don't do good things to me, mate. I'm as rough, I'm rattling like a bag of gingies, mate.
That's obviously we're just saying that for the come on, man. I'm the same. I was at last night day.
Mate.
Aye, but we love our followers so much that we have to put this out when we're feeling like shit.
I know, mate. Let's sit and talk about football when I've not even thought about football all day.
Let's get in there then. Right, second round of the South. Darvel 4, Gretna 0. Third round, Bowness Athletic 2, Glenafton 0. B2, Rossville 1. Cumbernauld 1, Glasgow United 0. Glenrothes 1, Clydebank 6. Largs 1, Troon 2. Lesmahago 0. Drumchapel 5. Maple 3, The Ants 0. Newmains 0. East Kilbride for the Lone League 4. Pollock 2, Harthill 1. Vale Even 3, Edinburgh Uni 1. Whitlets 1, Arthurlie 2. Talbot 7, West Calder 1. Medda 5, Pennycook 2. Petershill 5, Greenock 0. Hurlford 2, Blackburn 1. Blantyre 3, Broxburn 3. 3-1 to Blantyre penalties. Kilbirnie 3, Caledonian Braves 4 after extra time. Ormiston 1, Thornywood 2. Jeanfield Swifts 5. Finnart 1. Trinent 3, Lugar 0. Bowness United, EK Thistle 0. Darvel, great result again. What?
Good going for you there, by the way. There's a lot of games.
I went through it, there was hundreds of them. Good result for Darvel. That's a Lowland League side they're playing and absolutely scudded them.
Aye, they're quality players, mate. Do you know what I mean? So I think you've called it, mate. Sometimes I think you've said it before, sometimes when you play against teams higher up for the Scottish Cup and Lowland and that, the players have been used to playing against these. Aye, so it's they're in a good run of form. Mix really got the boys going again. They look as if they'll get the good camaraderie off the park, and it's obviously falling onto the park. So, say what you want. I seen it, we're out on a Sunday up the Horseshoe Bar doing the karaoke and that, mate, and a full squad I feel. So that shows Mick and everybody at Darvel that they're all in it together. So very good result for them.
Aye, solid. A result I want to touch on. Pollock beating Harthill 2-1, 90th minute goal. I was very surprised at 50 odd minutes. It was still not each. So in my book that means that we're as good as Pollock because we've beaten Harthill 2 weeks in a row. So we're just as good as Pollock.
Might mean you're a wee guy, you used to say things like that.
I know. But that was really well done to Harthill going to Newlands Field. And that was a strong team to do it as well. So it was well done to them for Division 4.
It's a great day for their full club.
Mate, I know. I think they get a wee bit of money out of that as well.
I don't think they get money.
They don't get money. I'm sure for the South of Scotland. Is it no? Maybe one of the League One. You get a wee split.
They're Scottish, but I don't know, mate. I don't think you get any they get really, mate, to be honest. Yeah. But I don't know, mate. I might be wrong.
Kilbirnie, Tommy and Sean will be spewing 3-1 up, lose 2 late goals to go 3 each into extra time, and then lose 4-3. But absolutely gutted with that. But again, that's a team equivalent to league above, so it's not a bad result either.
Aye, they're going to be disappointed because they've been on a high the last couple of weeks. But see that, there's no disgrace in that. They've pushed Cali Braves or the full way, and Cali Braves are a decent side as well. So I'm sure there'll be loads of positives to take for that. Obviously, conceding 4 and conceding the goals late is always frustrating, mate. But I don't. Their bread and butter's the league, innit? They want to stay in the league, mate. Then that's their priority. So being out the cups. Listen, Kilbirnie are a massive club. They want to do well in cups, and they want to challenge, and should be want to challenge and win things. And Sean and Tommy are proud guys. They're not going to be happy getting put out, but at the same time, their focus is on league business. That's the most important thing to them in the club.
I think, to be honest, they're 5 points, 5 points away from safety. I think they've got a right good shout. See, after the start of the year they had, and it didn't work out for Martin and Des being there, but I think they've given themselves a right good chance to possibly stay up.
The big one is they need to beat the teams. See, when they play the teams that's run about them, that's the big ones. And in all fairness, they've done that of late. I mean, they've beat Glenafton, they've beat Cumnock, so they're beating teams that's run about them, and that's what they need to do.
Aye, definitely. Me and you spoke about this yesterday in our own chat. Arthur and Whitlets, which is obviously a cup game, but top of the two teams up the top of their league.
Yeah,
I actually fancied. I said it to you yesterday. I fancied Whitlets to get a win there. By all accounts, Arthur, even though it was one in it, were the better side. But again, Arthur just keep going, man. They're relentless in it.
Arthur are basically gone in everything. They've got a big Scottish Cup tie on Saturday against Gartcairn, mate, which should be a very good game because that's two good sides.
Right.
But they're relentless, mate. It doesn't matter if it's cup, it doesn't matter if it's league. They're winning games of football. That place will be booming, man. That dressing room will be a good place to be in now. The boys, man, will be loving turning up to training because they keep winning football games. So they've got a lot to play for this season. Do you know what I mean? So it could be a very successful season for Arthurlie. Obviously, Arthurlie are a massive club. The main thing is they want to be back in that top league. But at the same time, mate, cup runs are always good, mate. They've got to try and do well in the cups.
So like you said, they're still going for everything. Jamie Sandilands been given the job at Rossvale.
I
beat them 2-1 yesterday. I can't say I know much about him. I know he was at Whitburn and stuff. And I think he was at Rossvale before as a coach. Right. But I don't know much about him. But see how it goes. It was
Whitburn, I think we're doing. I think he's done a good job at Whitburn. So Whitburn will be gutted to lose our manager. But good luck to Jamie and good luck to Rossvale. So you always want to wish a manager all the best when they get a new job you want to see. So let's see if we can turn the fortunes in Rossvale. Wee cup game's probably ideal for him just to get a good cast a wee eye at his players and his team in that. But the big ones are that again for them, the league games.
A win for their leaving, beating Edinburgh Uni 3-1. That was good for them. Obviously, it's been a tough season, but they're unusually close in the cup, Scottish. But it was good for them to get a win. Good win for them.
Decent side, mate. Good result on the next round of the cup. They've been unfortunate, but they've lost to us in a penalty shootout, and then they've lost to Hurlford in the cup. So it's good to see them getting a turn of fortune, mate, and winning the game. And, it's well done to Villa leaving.
Yep. Right, moving on to league football.
Yeah.
Premier League, Bonnet 0, Rob Roy 2, Kilwinning 0, the Bends 2, Glencairn 2, Cumnock 1. A sore for Straney at Kilwinning, but well done to Livers at the Bends. That was a big win for them, 2-0.
Good time for them, especially with our last league game where they've come back against Pollock on it.
Aye, 3 each.
Took a point out the game, and to keep a clean sheet and win the game, it's very very impressive for the Bends, you know what I mean?
No, definitely, mate.
That's a big 3 points, mate.
Oh, huge for them. The thing is that with the Bends, that's them picked up 7 points in the last 3 games. They've given themselves a really good chance to stay in, and I had tipped them to go down. I thought there was no they were going to stay up this year, but they've definitely given themselves a right good chance to stay up. I mean, they're what? Just looking at it now, they are 8 points away. 3 points away for trouble. A couple more wins, and they've got a really good sniff. But you're looking at the likes of Glenafton, Cumnock getting sucked into that, and even being Kilbirnie being in there. Big clubs that
there's going to be big clubs going down this season, and it's good for that first division next season because that will be a very good division. But there's going to be some big clubs, and it's not going to be easy just to bounce back up again with the standard that's going to be in the league below or not.
Definitely no. Rob Roy winning 2-0. Ben Daly getting a goal. Maxi strung a couple of results together there. They look hitting a wee bit of form now as well. So I speak to Maxi recently, and he was saying that they've got a lot of young players. I mentioned this last year, a lot of young players and stuff. So I'm pleased to see them doing well.
That's it, mate. They've went out and signed a couple of players, and it's maybe just gave the full club a lift, and then they went on top of that and won 2 games on the trot against a good Meda side, and then that's a big result for them on Saturday. Buzzing for wee Ben Daly, mate, because you know what it's like when you go to a new club and you take that step up. The sooner you get that first goal, man, it takes a wee bit of pressure off you. So I'm buzzing for the wee man. He was texting me yesterday, mate. He was as high as a kite. I was talking to him yesterday. And I'm delighted for him, mate. So well done to him, but well done to Rob Roy, putting a good wee run together.
Bonnyton, another defeat for them. Only get 7 points at 21 games.
Aye.
For me, Bonnyton and Blantyre are gone already. But they are, Blantyre are 13 points away, Bonnyton are 15 points away for safety. I mean, that's basically double the points they've had this season already. I can't see them catching that back up. But it'll be still 2 decent sides that are going to be in that first division next year.
Yeah, it's tough, and it'll be tough for them. They gave themselves a mountain to climb into, but listen, we know Gibby well, and Gibby's never going to get up the ghost, mate. Gibby's a good manager, mate. So he's not going to say that. He's obviously not going to say that to his players. They'll just keep plodding on, and they've got a wee result in the cup, man. So they're hoping like the last time, but we said this, they were hoping that'll kickstart them to try and pick up results in the league. But Bonnyton, it looks as if it's going to be difficult for them to stay in the league because they're just not picking up enough points, and it's very difficult for them, not being.
No, definitely. Glencairn beating Cumnock 2-1. Glencairn had a pretty solid season. They're kind of under the radar, one of the teams that we've not spoken about a lot. But they're firing. I mean, that's won 4 out the last 5. They're having a good run now. Cumnock obviously still managerless. Don't know who's going to be getting that job or when it's going to be happening. But I imagine the sooner it happens for them, the better.
Aye, there'll be big names in for that. I think it was Paul Burns took the team, I think, at the weekend, so he was ex-manager down there. But, mate, Glencairn are doing very, very good, mate. I think that they're definitely going to be in that division next year. I think that they've got a good mix, it seems, with some young boys, but they've got good experience in there as well. Do you know what I mean? And they've had a terrific, because that was a big game, because it's put Cumnock under a bit of pee in it.
Big time, mate. Whoever's coming in, it's the thing is, you know that they're a massive club. There's a wee bit of money there, so they have got a kind of decent squad at their disposal. It's a big club for them to go down. I mean, they went down 13 years ago, so it's been quite a while as well. So they really want whoever comes in to be kind of kicking off right away. Moving on to Conference A, Bellshill 0, Borough 5, Girvan 0, 4-3, Irvine Vics 1, Shotts 5, Muirkirk and Craigmark was postponed. And the big one for me, Saltcoats 2, Glasgow Uni 1. Well done at Saltcoats. I mean, that's been a really...
Was it 2-1?
Aye, 2-1 they won. Only their second win of the season. So well done to them, because I know they've been having a right hard time at it. But I think that Derek Fry's in now, they've got Andy Irvine, Big Gunny in there. I think that they will start to turn it around. They got a new goalkeeper in this week, which apparently was excellent. Boy Caddis, so it's just a great result for them. It's really good to see them getting a win. You know, we always champion the smaller sides, so they're having a great time. So we're always pleased to see them get a win.
Mate, I've mate, absolutely delighted for everybody connected to the club, mate. Brilliant for the gaffers, brilliant for the players, man. See the players, man, they must have felt amazing. Getting up the road with a result like a nice positive result, and it gives them something to build on. And well done to the management team, because that tests your character. So I'm delighted that they've went and got the result, because they deserve it. And let's see if they'll kick on now. Glasgow Uni have picked up some good results this season, so it's not an easy game. Do you know what I mean? So I'm buzzing for everybody to Sol Coates, man, because you've got a soft spot for teams that are going through a hard time, and they've certainly went through a hard time, so they deserve their shout, they deserve that day, and then they'll probably just go from strength to strength now, but well done to
Elliott. I think it shows, like we speak about it a lot, with these teams where they're not in the league that they're supposed to be in yet. Once they find their level next year, these teams will start winning a lot more games. So I think that's how it's really important when they go and get a win, because Glasgow Uni could be a division or two above them next year. So that's a good result to go and beat a team who are going to be a couple of levels above you. Bells Hill still really struggling under new management. Borough taking 5 after them, which is something that the Borough haven't done much this season, to be fair. But they'll be happy with a 5-0 win there.
It's 5 goals and a clean sheet, mate. It's a manager's perfect day for a manager, isn't it? Because you're Jamie will be more delighted that his boys have kept a clean sheet. Do you know what I mean? So that'll be pleasing for him. It's hard. It's going to be very hard for Bells Hill. They've lost a full squad there. Do you know what I mean? And it was a good squad at that. So their gaffer will plod on and add players as the season goes on, and it'll probably take them into the summer and that to get the actual players in the team that you want on the park. Do you know what I mean? But you don't like to see it because they were going well and they're a good side, and they're just slipping now. So let's hope that they can get going again, mate.
Definitely. Fourth, we are a convincing victory at Girvan, kind of to be expected. Shots, whilst Athley are in the cup, still keeping a bit of pressure on, winning 5-1 against Irvine Bicks, who have been doing quite a bit better themselves recently. So they'll be disappointed with that.
Danny Burns and our hat-trick, mate.
Is that right?
Aye. Flying, mate.
There you go. So that's them 5 points clear, but Athley have got 4 games in hand.
See the best thing that Shots are doing is Shots are putting pressure on Athley because they've played 4 more games, but they're winning and they've gave themselves that. So sometimes they'll be saying that you would rather have the points on the board than the games. So they're putting the pressure on as much as they possibly can, but Athley are just relentless, mate. And the cups Shots maybe are hoping that there's a cup so there's a distraction for them, but I think that they're showing they're taking every competition very seriously and professionally, and they keep getting good results. So they'll be tough to topple, mate.
Right, see if Shots are able to continue what they're doing right, and see if we're talking, say, 7 or 8 games to go for Athley. Shots are nearly finished, they're 5 or 6 points clear, and Athley start getting 2 games a week, having to go to kind of tougher places on a Wednesday. What it takes is a game or two to go against you. There's a bit of pressure on, and Shots, like you said, they've already got the points on board, and it might be enough at some point for them. But Athley have been just relentless. Moving on to Conference B, Ashfield 3, Dalry 2, Cambuslang 7, Ardeer 0, Kellow 2, Carluke 3, Port 2, Gartcairn 4, St Cadoc's 8, Royal Albert 0. Tell us about yesterday.
Firstly, mate, tremendous amount of credit's got to go to Dalry. Chris and the boys down there have made changes at the club. They've got some good players, and certainly it was a very difficult game. 2-0 down at half time, mate. Be honest with you, man, Gaffer changed his shape. We had a go at them between me and the Gaffer. We questioned the boys, mate. We went in and questioned that's the first time I've ever questioned the boys, mate. Questioned their mentality, questioned their commitment, and questioned if there was good players, as we keep saying they were. But for all fairness to them, in the second half, mate, came out and done the business and never say die attitude. And when we got that second goal, mate, the boys were relentless. They wanted to go and win the game, and Gaffer's got a wee flick on, mate, for Brian McManus to score, mate. So, mate, we needed it. It was a big 3 points. Dalry were good, man. The big boy up front caused us a few problems, mate. They were unlucky enough. They've had a shot right in the last kick of the ball for a corner. Be Johnny, man. What a clearance off the line, mate. Mate, it was basically as big as a goal, mate. final whistle went right after that. So they'll be disappointed that they've not even at least took a point. We weren't really at it in the first half, but delighted, mate. Boys were outstanding. Character was there, and they proved, mate. They went out and done the business. I was buzzing with them for that. They deserved that, not me, because it's been a tough couple of weeks for the boys in the club. So big massive game on Friday in the Scottish Cup, mate, away to Yoker. So gives us that good feel good factor, not me, this week.
Aye, definitely. Just looking at in a wee league you're in now, like with 5 or 6 teams above you, and that was good for you to keep all that pressure on. With Dorai, they've see, like, obviously you've said this quite a few times where when you took 10 off them early in the season, you said they weren't as bad a team as losing 10 goals. But see, every time they've lost 5 of the last 6, but now they're losing by a goal or 2. Decent sides. It's not like it's the 5s and 6s they were losing before. They're definitely starting to improve, which is it's good to see, because the YSC team's getting leathered.
The management team deserve a tremendous amount of credit, right? Because it's night and day where they are from where we played them at the start of the season. So I take my hats off to the management team. They've got the team very competitive. They'll make it difficult for teams. It's not a given. Do you know what I mean? We had to work very hard for it. Do you know what I mean? And they've turned the corner a bit. Obviously, Chris will still be disappointed at these games that they're still losing them, but at the same time, mate, they're a much better outfit than what they were at the start, and he's done a tremendous amount of work with the boys.
Right,
do you think that because we do a podcast, do you think I'm big time?
What?
Do you think I'm big time?
Did they say that to you yesterday?
Mate. Aye. Mate.
I thought you were big time before that, mate, so it's nothing to do with the podcast.
See, when it gets heated, mate, it's funny, mate, because that's a couple of things now. When it gets heated at this stage, mate, you think you're something because you do a podcast, mate. I'm the most down-to-earth guy, mate. I don't think I'm heading, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it made me laugh, mate. It made me laugh.
What people kind of see is you've actually.
We got to laugh after it, mate. But we got to laugh Mitchell after it, man, because it's, you know what it's like, mate. Heat of the moment stuff.
Well, see what the people kind of see now with this being on is at the side of your screen you've got a guy with a big fan just waving it for you, just to keep you since you're so big time. I'm going to make a prediction here, right? And you know I like to do these and end up being wrong, but I'm going to say Dorai will have I think they'll be top 2 or 3 next year in their league. If they're in the bottom division, they'll be top 2 or 3 next year. Possibly. I'm going to throw it out there. Right, Cambuslang, bit of shock, 7-0 against Ardea. I spoke to Sean today, and he was saying that it was 1-0 at half time. They were doing quite well, then Cambuslang kicked it up a gear in the second half. Ardea getting fell apart a wee bit, and obviously it ended 7. And I think, did Anson get 5 goals yesterday?
I think he scored a few, aye.
Sure, I seen he get 5. His return's been ridiculous. Obviously, we talk about Scott Williamson that way, 79 goals or whatever he's got this season. Big Anson's got like 15 or 16 in 16 or 17 games. It's some return as well.
See between Williamson, Gemo and Anson, mate.
I know,
they've scored some amount of goals, mate. See, that's the thing with Cambuslang, right? They're relentless, mate. They've got this thing about them that they can be quite ruthless in a game. Do you know what I mean? It was like, as if when they smell blood, it's a sign of a good side. They smell blood and then they go and take it. Do you know what I mean? It's because we were 74 minutes to them and it was nothing each, and then they've lost 3-0. Ardea have been 1-0 at half time. They've lost the game 7-0. It's like they've got this hang about them now that's going to make them very difficult.
It's that one mentality.
Aye.
And it's like you said, because obviously we spoke about it when you played them, and I was working that day, and I kept, because I knew how you'd been about it. I'd been checking Twitter all day when I was at work to see how he's getting on, and then the game went on. I was like, maybe get a chance of nicking something here, and then like you said, 3 goals in 15 minutes, and it's just what they do. Just
perfect recipe for winning leagues, and our clean sheet and all, mate. And our clean sheet.
There's a reason they've conceded the least amount of goals in the league and scored by far the most amount of goals. But you've got the thing where I seen on, I think it was on Twitter on that Lanarkshire Now or something, you know the one I'm talking about?
Aye.
I'm sure I seen something about, see when Garth Cairn played them.
Aye.
There was an ineligible player or something like that. I don't know what's happening with it, but if that could end up, if the points are reversed, that really throws a spanner in the works for the league, because that would take them
7, I think.
7 points clear. It would take them.
Aye.
I can't see anybody catching, even though St Carrots are 8-0 yesterday and they're a really good side. I can't see anybody catching 7 points.
No.
Line.
Psychologically for the team and all, how big a lift would that be? Because that was a game that they lost, and then if they get it reversed, then it would be some lift, and it would give them a good cushion. Do you know what I mean? Because with the 4, if you drop points one game, it gets dead tight, and then there's no margin for error. Whereas if you got 7-1, they've got that. They would have that wee bit. Maybe listen, Cambuslang, we've praised them enough. Not meaning loads, and they deservedly so, mate. They're on tap on merit, mate, and they're doing really well, mate. They're still picking up top results, mate.
Definitely. See, the thing is, on the flip side of that, see if the points they get reversed, that kills Garth Cairn. They're done. They're no winning the league.
Aye.
Because they're sitting 9 back with a game in hand. You win that 6 points, there's still always a chance, particularly the way they're playing now. But
it's a kick in the teeth for their boys and all, because they've won the game, you know what I mean? But if it's going to be down to a technicality or playing in a hungry player, then it's going to be a slow one to take for them. So we'll just need to keep tuned in to see what happens with that.
Exactly. On Garth Cairn, 2-0 down against the Port, came back and won 4-2. I listened to Coyley's post-match interview, and I thought it was really good. He's obviously, Coyley has for people that play against him, whatever, he has in him a certain persona where he's a mental case at times. But I know him as a mate, and he's such a good guy, and he's very honest in that, and he knows a lot about football. And he was really, without slaughtering these boys, he was quite honest, and he was saying like it wasn't good enough and being 2 up and then throwing it away. But that was another one for Garth Cairn. The Port are having a bit of a tough time now as well. But on that with Coyley, I'm calling him out the now and all. He's just not being a shite bag and get himself on a podcast because he keeps bottling it. I even had somebody talking to my missus the other day saying that's involved with the Port, saying that he's not got a bottle for it. So I'm calling him.
Mate, see, mate, he's not what to do it, mate. He's not what to do it. Do you know what I mean? He's a
shite bag. That's what it is.
I'm not saying it, mate, because we've still got to get into Port, mate, and you'll end up kicking my balls.
I'll say it, but I'll say it. St Cadoc's 8-0. Good win for Carluke against Kello. Both teams been struggling. Kello been getting a lot of draws recently, but that was a good win for Carluke.
Aye, Tony was getting a wee bit. Tony was getting a wee bit of traction out of the boys, so that's a good result because they've had a tough wee spell. Carluke, so that's a big 3 points for them.
The thing is as well though, that's like, see, I'm saying you're kind of in that mini league. Carluke lose to Kello, then there's only a point in it between them. You know what I mean? But now it's a fair bit more, which gives them a bit of gap as well. But moving on to Conference C, Perthshire 3, The Rock 3, Lanark 1, Yoker 3, Larkhall 0, Nielsen 5, Vale Clyde 1, Kilsyth 3. The Rock, Perthshire, Derby game, dropped down to 10 men for a spell, getting a 3 each draw. Not the worst of the results, but it's kind of damaging them in the league. But after a hard spell that the Rock have had, there's no reasons. It's good to see them back playing, and we've been out there again.
They were at home, man. That sounded a right brilliant game, brilliant, entertaining. Mate, that's what this level's all about, mate. Derby free each game, mate. Sending offs, goals, mate. That's why, and for a fiver, mate. You know what I mean? That's why our biggest push for the level. But they've obviously, mate, it must have been a good crowd in there because we were at home and you could hear lots of cheering and all that and all. So, the Candy would have taken a good crowd in, but listen, that's a good result for probably Shire and all. Do you know what I mean? And as we've said multiple times on the show, it's not an easy place to go to.
No, it's not so hard. You're saying that, like, obviously the two grounds are, I don't know, 500 or 600 yards for each other. You've got two games down there. You're £6 or £7 to get in. You've ended up in out of both games, 11 goals, a lot of excitement and all that. That's how our levels. I almost don't watch any. Like, I don't watch English football, and I can't avoid it. I don't watch a lot of football anymore, other than the West. I think it's just best value you'll get. Nielsen, after we'd spoke to Chris when he'd been on the show and speaking to him privately and stuff, a good side, but they've struggled to score goals. That's them starting to rack up some goals now. A couple of times in the last few weeks they've hit kind of higher figures, so that's something they'll be really happy about.
They're hitting that was an issue for them, and they were probably then dropping points because they weren't killing teams off. So they seem to go a wee solution. The forward players seem to be bang at it now, mate. So that's good for them, mate. They've been impressive the last couple of weeks.
Aye, definitely. I mean, they've got a really good defensive record as well, best defensive record in the league.
Yeah.
Again, I still can't see by the drum winning 5-0 in the cup yesterday. They're kind of, there seems to be one or two teams in every conference who are just relentless. We've used that word quite a lot tonight, and the drum's one of them. But Nielsen are doing their best, just keeping pressure on. Kilsyth, Clyde. It's been a bit of a up and down season for Kilsyth, so they'll be happy with that win. Get some another 3 points on board.
Good result, mate, because Villa Clyde have picked up under the new management as well. So that's a good 3 points for Kilsyth. To
be fair, looking at it, I'm saying they've been a bit up and down, which obviously the poor start. That's Kilsyth have won 5 out of the last 6, so they're after the drum.
Mate, they're a good side, mate. They were always going to win football games and get themselves back up higher in the league and up towards the top teams in the league. You know what I mean? But if it's just their start, maybe it's just hindered that a wee bit. But they're motoring on now, as you say, 5 out of the last 6 they've won. That's good going. That's good form, mate.
Aye, they're a good side. They're kind of hitting where they should be.
Wally Sawyers, mate. As long as you get him, mate, scoring goals, mate. He's a goal machine, mate.
That's the best part of 15 years. Wally's been doing that, but you know what I mean? Ridiculous amount of goals. Moving on to Division 4, Harmony Row 11, Campbelltown 1, Kilsyth 6, BSC 0, St Peters 2, Glenville 1. I was doing it our game yesterday. A couple of new players in and stuff. Glenville beating Finnart and Kilsyth the last 2 weeks, so they've been absolutely flying. They've definitely improved. They're still quite direct, but they're definitely an improved side. But it was nice for us. That's the 3rd time we've beaten them this season. So
how was the crowd?
Wasn't it brilliant? Wasn't it?
Was it not?
No, it wasn't as good as it had been.
What a hit for their goal.
Boy Camille, he's a good player.
He's good, mate. Used to play with the Ants, mate. I've always liked him.
Good player.
We play direct because he's rapid, mate.
Aye, he is. He's a good player, to be honest. He causes issues. Johns seems to get to the best of him.
Aye, I think it's one of the. It seems as if it's one of the ones. It's when a player and a manager have got an understanding and he goes with him to the other clubs and that.
I was staying with him all the time. I thought we were good yesterday. Last 15 minutes we were a bit ropey. Even with 10 men, Glenville put us under quite a bit of pressure. That was credit to them because they really came at us. But I feel we're starting to get more players in. We're hoping to add another one in the next week or two. But I thought the boys were good. We're playing a lot more football as well. We seem to be, Gav in particular is really big on it when he does his training. And just playing a lot more football, doing really well. So it was actually, I've really enjoyed being doing it again yesterday because of work. I've not been there much recently, so it was good to see you getting a win. But hard game, Kilsyth next week. So if we want to be serious about doing anything in the league, then we have to go and beat them next week. If we don't, there is 0 chances winning the league. So it's a big one for us. On Harmony Row, 11-1. They've been having a bit of a bad spell recently, Harmony Row, but I didn't see that coming. I think Campbelltown, they were completely depleted yesterday, going after Twitter. And I think that's something that can happen to them if they get a couple of call-offs and they don't have a massive pool. But 11-1 in full.
A slow one, mate.
It's horrible, mate. It's no nice at all.
Especially when we've been talking the last few weeks how a lot of the games have been a lot more competitive, mate. So this week seems to have been with Kilsyth winning heavily against BSC, who were doing a lot better and picking results up, and then obviously Campbelltown they'll be annoyed that they've made it harder for Hamilton Road. But listen, can't take anything away from Hamilton Road. They scored 11 goals in a game. It's impressive stuff, and especially whereas they've no maybe been picking up the results that they've been hoping for the last couple of weeks. So that will maybe get them back on track.
Aye, definitely. It's what they've needed because they've been a wee bit up and down.
Yeah.
But I suppose the team always rise to the top, and the top team's got to win this week after.
That'll be a good league next year, mate. I'm telling you, mate. See, I think the likes obviously we don't know the situation, who's going to go up, but I think that Hughes will be a good side, even better next season. I think Hamilton Road, after having their experience in there, will be a lot better. And then obviously you've got Fanart and you've got Kilsyth, and I don't know who would go up or what was going to happen with it. But and then that's the first season. That's the first season done. So like the other teams will probably strengthen and try and be better, and they kind of know what they're up against.
They're established, and I think that they'll probably be able to. We'll all probably be able to bring in better players now that people will know who we are and know that.
That's it.
You're no a whipping boy or anything last week. Maybe
yeah.
Bring in. But I mean that's us for this week. I'll let you go and get back to your couch. Before we finish, I'll just sadly due to work and all that, we've not been able to record an episode that's going to be out. So we'll not have an episode out in the next week, but we've got a cracker hopefully lined up for 3 weeks time, something like that. But so just enjoy our old content, get yourself in about it, and look at the classic episodes.
Tell you what, Friday night, Yoker versus Ashfield.
Yep.
Last 16 of the Scottish Cup down at Home Park. Friday night, 7:30.
I'll try and get down.
Friday night, under the lights. Can you even nip into the Love It for a pint?
Yeah, the Love It's a great place for a pint.
And then
see that salt and chilli burger with fries, top class.
So listen, it's a big day for both clubs. Friday night, hopefully it gets a decent crowd and decent attendance. And let's see what happens, man. Hopefully our boys can do the business, but it's going to be a very difficult game. Yoker off the back of a good result, but I'm plugging it because it's a big game for both clubs. Friday night Scottish Cup because the Bankies are playing at home to Clyde in the Big Scottish, so that's why it's a Friday night.
Is this to get into the quarters?
That's just to get into the quarter final, mate.
I can't see a better reason than to get a Friday night up to go down and watch potentially a quarter final team in the Scottish.
Even if you want to come and just shout at me for being big time, come and do it, mate.
Mate, I'm going to go and stand behind the dug and just say shut it at you.
Aye, at least I'll not be wearing the Yeezys like Gary McMenamin, mate, that's for sure.
Yeah, after DHK. Right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good week.
I know, have a good week. Take care, everybody.